Okay, hello, my name is Jin, and I apologize for some lack of videos. But yeah, just because there are a lack of videos, that doesn't mean I'm not going to do anything about it. Of course not. So to make up for the lack of videos, have 5 movie reviews in a row. So yeah, let's just get straight into it. Movie number 1, Us. Us is the latest horror movie directed by Jordan Peele, and if you don't know Jordan Peele, he is the director of Get Out, which was nominated for Best Picture, and I absolutely loved Get Out, so of course I was like, yeah, I'm going to watch Us. So Us is about basically this family trying to survive an evil version of themselves. Yeah, that's basically it. And honestly, it is definitely predictable, although predictable, the journey really feels worth it. And after you watch it, you get this creepy sense of feeling, which I really do enjoy out of these movies. I think that's one of Jordan Peele's those best things. He makes these movies, and after you watch him, you just have to think about that movie, and it kind of gets a bit creepy instead of just relying on too much jump scares. That's what I really enjoyed about Jordan Peele's works, and Us is no exception. And I enjoyed it. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Of course, it's predictable in some scenes, and could have done one better, but I still enjoyed it. But I didn't enjoy it as much as Get Out, unfortunately. But definitely, yeah, great comedy horror. So I'll give it an 8 out of 10. The next movie is Dumbo, the remake by Tim Burton. Well, so this remake, because we know that Dumbo in the cartoon, who eventually flies with his big ears, it just has a different type of story which involves a partnership in business or something like that. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what the heck I watched. Okay. So basically, there's a circus that has an elephant with big ears, and after showing that the elephant is magical, there's this other big company or business that wants to um use this elephants by a partnership and make more money. So yeah, so basically that's what happens. Dumbo, unfortunately, is not that great. And I didn't enjoy too much of myself in it. Seriously, so basically the movie relies more on human characters rather than the animal characters like in the cartoon. But of course, it depends on how they actually execute it. Unfortunately, they executed it poorly. The human characters were very uninteresting. If you see the trailers, there are 2 children, 1 girl and 1 boy. The little boy does nothing. I think he's just there. I don't know why he's there, but he's just there. And sometimes subplots there are subplots that were built up quite well, but they just end out of nowhere. There's no sense of journeys throughout those subplots. It's not that good. The jokes could have been better. Oh yeah, there was this one character. If you see this one guy who has 1 arm, you'd think it has some narrative purpose, which should have at least had one purpose, which was so obvious. But no, there is no reason why he has to have 1 arm. I don't think there's a reason why he has to have 1 arm. Yeah, I don't get it. I mean, they should have focused on having the moral of just because you're different, that doesn't mean you have more abilities. That should have been the moral of that character, but no, I don't remember seeing that. But the good thing about this movie is Dumbo is at least good. Yeah, Dumbo the elephant is actually very, very charming and cute most of the time, and yeah, that's it. the elephant is the best part of. Because of this, I'm going to give Dumbo a 4 out of 10. Next up, I'm going to review Shazam. Shazam is the latest DCEU movie so far, and honestly, it's just a very fun movie. Nothing more, nothing less. This movie is about this young kid, Billy Batson, who was trying to look for his mother, but yet suddenly one day he gets power from this old magical wizard, and he can turn into a superhero by saying Shazam, and could return back to a kid again by saying Shazam. Well, yeah. And Billy here, because Billy's looking for his mother, he has to stay at an orphanage as well, so, yeah. And with the help of one of his brothers at the orphanage, like foster brother, he is discovering on how he could use these powers as well as stop this evil guy who is trying to take over the world or something like that. Yeah, this is a very fun movie. I really enjoy this. It's like so fun. It's just plain good fun, and this is what I want from a movie, you know? But like, seriously. I really love the scenes where he was just trying out the powers as well. Like, it's amazing, actually. It's like so fun. You can see they're having way too much fun with this movie. Unfortunately, I feel like the final few some parts of the movie really feel kind of lengthened. Like, it feels lengthened, or like feels yeah, something like that. It feels like it's lengthened, like there's like something like that. It feels a bit off, but it's still fun to watch. Like, the villain could have been better, and the tonal shifts to suddenly bright to dark could have been executed better, or they should have just focused on one very bright tone. But for the most part, they focus on the bright tone, which is actually a step in the right, which I think is actually great, because not because dark tone means bad, because this movie has figured out that if the movie is focused on one thing, on doing one thing, then you're going to have a good movie. So yeah, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Next up is Pet Sematary. Pet Sematary is a remake which is also based on a book written by Stephen King, which is about this family who goes to this place, and nearby their new place, nearby their house, there's this cemetery known as the Pet Cemetery, but deep inside the cemetery there is this graveyard which has magical powers. I think the tagline gives it away a little bit. Sometimes dead is better. Like, seriously. But yeah, I feel like the beginning part, the first act, is very long. It's so long. It doesn't even start, but when it starts, it does start. Actually, it does gain momentum, but because the first act is so long with so much exposition and stuff like that, that when it starts to move, when it gains momentum, it kind of dies as well. Like, you kind of expect more, but yet you don't get more, if you know what I mean. It's honestly disappointing. I had seriously, like, wow. For a horror movie, this was not scary at all, and I don't know if it's even considered to be that funny. Like, seriously, one of the main characters is the father, and I don't think he has any great character arc, purpose, or something. The mother should have been the main character, in my opinion, I think, because she has this flashback thing, which I thought that they were going to make an arc with her or something like that, but kind of feels pointless towards the end of the movie as well. And the climax of this movie is like so poor. It's like when the climax happened, I just think to myself, like, well, that just happened. So yeah. Unfortunately, for a horror movie, it doesn't deliver on its purpose, so I'm going to give it, I'd say, a 4 out of 10. Next up is Hellboy. Hellboy is not a good movie, but it's not as bad as everyone says it is. Like, I'm not joking. Like, I'm sure you heard some critics say about this, but I'm not joking. Like, there is some enjoyment in this movie, actually. Yeah, so Hellboy is basically about this red demon guy who's like comes out from hell and discovers that he is part of a prophecy or something like that. Unfortunately, this movie is a mess. It's so messy. Like you watch it and you have no idea what the heck is happening in terms of story. In terms of violence and gore, because it's like rated R, well, it shows off that it's rated frickin' R. I'm not joking, like, yeah. Yeah, there's like gore. Yeah, it really shows off that it's rated R. It's like, yeah, it's like that. It's like that, like, if you enjoyed gore, then yeah, sure, like, why not check it out? But Hellboy has like characters. Here's when I watch it, like the side characters really felt pointless or something. Really, everything just feels off. Feels like bad in terms of story purposes. Like I'm like seriously, like it's so messy. But like, if you could just shut off your brain and just enjoy the gore, then you will definitely have some enjoyment. Definitely, like, seriously, you will definitely have some enjoyment, at least some. Unfortunately, that's how far it could only go. I wouldn't consider it to be, let's say, a full-length movie. I would just consider it as a mix of different scenes with violence and gore in it. But if you just want violence and gore, why not check it out? Hellboy, I give it like, I would give it like 3.5 or 4. 4 out of 10-ish, or 3.5-ish out of 10, so, that's it. So, I guess that's about it. Next movie review is Avengers Endgame, because it's going to come out in a few more days. Don't worry. So, have you watched any of these movies? What did you think of them? Please comment down below if you want to. If you like this review of 5 movies in a row, then hit that like button, and if you want more movie reviews, then you could hit subscribe as well. So, I think that's about it, and I will see you next time, so goodbye.